Here we are for episode 4 of How Long Can I Survive in Minecraft Bedrock Hardcore. At this point in time, we have built our little hut house. We have gotten a diamond pickaxe. We're in iron armor. And we have all of the things in place to begin enchanting. So, let's see if I can get that done today. Not exactly sure what I'm looking for right now. Going for some cobblestone and deep slate. Oh, I think I am going to actually put together the mob farm. That way, I have a source of experience when I need to enchant. Because I am at 26 levels and I really need over 30. Now, the mob farm that I'm going to be building, I couldn't even tell you who designed it originally. It's pretty much the standard. You see it everywhere. Not sure what I'm looking for right. Oh, slabs. Okay. Yeah, I do need some slabs. We had discussed last video that we were going to put the mob farm right over here on this sandy beach. I still think that's pretty much a good place to do it. In fact, we've kind of got a fair start point right here. I always do my drop shoots 4 wide. That way, spiders can still fall down. They do have a tendency to go 10 up. They do have a tendency to kind of clog, but I haven't found it to be too much of an issue. I'm going to go up 10 high because that's a pretty good height. If you want to get it to where they're just like a one tap to kill them, then you actually want to do, I believe it's 22 high, but I usually don't even care about that. All I care about is I can kill them pretty easy and get experience. I tend to use a lot of cobblestone and deep slate for this kind of build because the fact is you get a ton of cobblestone and deep slate. And there, I've got my height. That's as high as I'm going to go. Now I'm going to go out 7 because that's the length of a water flow. And with everything being blocky in Minecraft, it makes sense to go out in 4 directions. The only reason I would go out less is if I was seriously lacking on blocks. Like I said, if you're doing any kind of mining, you're not too worried about that at all. So once I have a lip on oh, I think it's about bedtime. Be pretty ironic to die to monsters while you're building a monster grinder. So I'm hoping each one of these videos comes out a little bit smoother than the last. We'll see. I've said before I'm not really experienced at uh, the editing aspect of all this. You know, I could have grabbed a bucket of water while I was there, but you know. So here I am up 1. I'm going to go up 2 blocks high. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the water real quick. Yep, that is the right number of blocks for the water to flow. I hate it when I do that. I also hate it when I do that and I'm like 4 blocks shy. Okay. this ultimately is the real reason I think Minecraft needs to do something about the something serious anyway about the inventory issue, because you're sitting here with a major project and literally it has the capability of building anything, and yet you can't carry a quarter of the materials that you actually need to do. So this is wild guesswork. I'm creating a little bit of a tunnel in the direction of, I believe, roughly iron level, but as I said in the previous videos, I'm not playing with locations on, so I don't exactly know what Y level I'm at. I will say, if you need 4, go ahead and get 30. They'll go in a chest, that's fine. In the meantime, you're not exactly hurting for the materials. You may not have to go back and get more. There. That level is done. Now, if I went out 7 and then 1 more to go out around, then I need to go out 8 this way. And then fill it in so I've got a spawning platform. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, misplacing blocks is a great way to encourage efficiency. I'm essentially going to create a platform like this on all 4 corners, and that is a spot for the mobs to spawn. I actually have a more efficient mob farm that I use and you'll see a couple of different versions of it when I do eventually give you guys a tour of the realm. But this is the one I'm going for this world, partly because it requires less resources. As you saw, I could almost do the entire farm in one trip. You can obviously use any kind of blocks for this. I mean, well, okay, you can't use glowstone or sea lanterns. They won't work very well. But shy of that, pretty much anything you want to use. See, misplacing blocks. And here I'm going to create an infinite water source. Nope, here I'm actually going to give the first ring around the entire farm, and then I'll place the water back on the side of this. I actually don't think I create an infinite water source for this. I think since I have one bucket, I just go up and down 8 times. It's not like I need a whole lot. Gotta love Bedrock being able to place blocks in front of you. It's one of the only real areas I think Bedrock's easier than Java. Go ahead and fix the water source so I can get up and down. And I don't think I've got quite enough deep slate. I think I'm gonna have to go get some more. Yep. Hence why you have the up and down. I think I'll go ahead and do the water while I'm over here, at least get it started. Nope, I'll just go get a bucket of water and just carry it around. Because carrying around a 5-gallon bucket of water is so easy. For those who have lived on a farm, you know that I just told a flat lie. But Minecraft Steve can carry shulkers of gold, so it's really not that heavy, I don't think. I almost walked off with the copper. That's it. Keep my inventory full. See, so I actually don't do a whole lot of mining for diamonds. Usually what I'm doing is mining for the deep slate, and I just I choose to do it at diamond level. That way I have more of a chance of running into diamonds. I think eventually I need to raise the roof in here. And finish slabbing in this bottom part. Work a little bit more on clearing out this narrow tunnel. Let's see. Trying to remember. Yeah, I was still working on this tunnel. I hadn't got far enough down here to make it really worthwhile. And see, even if I don't find diamonds at this level, I find gold. What I love is by coming down this tunnel, I start out with getting tough and gold and haven't got any diorite yet. Just now getting into it. I think I'm probably going for 2 or 3 stacks. I don't know. So, something I've kind of been thinking about this week while I'm mining, might as well talk. I've been thinking back to the whole dream scandals, and I think it kind of inherently shows a problem in the Minecraft community's mindset. See, thing is, Dream is inherently he, he may be good at some things, but inherently he's an entertainer, and that's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, some of the best uh, people in their craft throughout the centuries have been entertainers. William Shakespeare, Frank Sinatra, Humphrey Bogart. The problem is when you start working through the entertainment aspect, you start actually looking towards putting on a show being more important than actually doing what you're doing. In other words, Humphrey Bogart, his priority was putting on a good show so that people would watch his movies. He didn't learn how to fly airplanes. He didn't learn how to whatever. Okay. Same with William Shakespeare, uh, Jim Morrison from The Doors. I mean, some of them may have learned a few of these things and even gotten fairly good at it. But that's not their primary focus. Their primary focus is entertainment. That's where they make their money. That's where Dream made his money, or makes his money, really. So I really kind of feel like if you're going to be a speedrunner, be a speedrunner, great. But if you're going to be an entertainer, be an entertainer. And at that point in time, you're not really expecting his videos to actually be 100% honest. You're expecting him to put on a show. It's kind of like in the unstable SMP, where you see flame frags fighting, where you see flame frags fighting, or Wimbu. The reality is, by looking at their fighting style, you can see that they're definitely not world class. Okay, but within the unstable SMP, they are. I mean, that's their whole character. That is their entertainment that they are providing. So you have to suspend disbelief a little bit to watch it. A lot of the stuff that Parrot does, let's be honest, isn't really that smart. However, within the SMP, within the story being told, it's supposed to be. So you have to kind of suspend disbelief a little bit. Now, there's only so far you can go with that. The reality is, if Parrot does something just totally bonehead stupid, people are going to have a really hard time believing he's the smartest person in the SMP. But back to Dream, what that really means is take him as an entertainer. Don't look at records. Don't look at him breaking records unless he actually unequivocally breaks them. This kind of actually ties into the whole Marlowe situation right now, too. It is really easy uh, to look at that and just believe that Marlowe's cheating. But if you actually look at the things that she's been accused of cheating for, they're kind of low key becoming like standard practice. And that's more of a trailblazer than a cheater. I mean, it's just true. So there's probably stuff I don't know about the whole Marlowe thing. I don't question that. But having watched her video and spent 3 hours listening to it, and having watched several of the videos before and after, I kind of just, I'm leaning towards her side. Now, I honestly do not have a dog in that fight. I'm not a PvPer. In fact, a couple of months ago, I tried to get my son to teach me how to PvP, and he wiped the floor with me. So, I was not about to just leave those diamonds, was I? If I had, at this point in time, looking back, I would have been sick to the stomach. I mean, at this point in time, I'm getting pretty close, actually, to having enough diamonds for full diamond armor. And at some point in time, an extra pickaxe, too. So, so I'm actually probably fairly close to having enough deep slate to finish the job. Yeah, 4.5 stacks. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish out the stack, I think. And then I head back up. But to be honest, going back to the whole Dream and Marlowe PvP and speed running and all of that, Minecraft is one of those unique things. I don't even really call Minecraft a game. It's more like a platform where you can make your own games. Wow, how much deep slate am I going for? And speedrunning is a version of the game. So is PvP. So is building. So is redstoning. and spleefing. I mean, there's a ton of different ways you can play this one particular quote unquote game. Just how much deep slate do I think I need? The 100-day thing with Luke the Notable, um, and several others. Uh, that is a way they choose to play the game, and no problem with that. I enjoy watching. I, I enjoy watching a wide variety of content. Just about anything to do with Minecraft, though. What I really enjoy is watching new players fall in love with the game. But I like watching the unstable SMP as they're trying to create stories in this Minecraft world. That's its own way to play. Uh, I enjoy watching uh, the 100-day hardcore videos. I enjoy watching a lot of building ideas and redstone ideas. I'll never get to that level of redstone. It's not something that I even really aspire to. But to even think that somebody could actually build a device with redstone in Minecraft, in a game, quote unquote, again, that will enable them to call out for pizza in the real world, that's kind of mind boggling if you think about it. And, the same thing about being able to play Minecraft on Minecraft. I mean, that's I really do think this is an amazing game. Yep, and here I'm going for cobblestone, and I'm getting a bunch of andesite and water. Let's see if there's anything in here. Um, Nothing real readily visible. My biggest critique of the unstable SMP would be I think they need to do some serious storytelling classes. They need to take some serious storytelling classes because sometimes their acting, I, their voice acting, it really is not all there. And if they're wanting people to suspend disbelief, there's a point where they're going to need to kind of pick up the pace on the stories that they do. Because it seems like every other episode is Minecraft player versus 1,000 players, or I found a lost civilization, or yeah, you can't use an axe on diorite. And it just kind of gets old. And I think if they don't pick it up, eventually people are going to get bored of the same exact format every story arc. And they've really gotten to do a whole lot of this mysterious villain thing. You know, nobody knew it was Weefy until it was Weefy. Nobody knew it was uh, uh, oh, whatever. Personally, I kind of miss the days when everybody knew Ashwag was the bad guy. So you'll notice I made exactly 64 trapdoors. For this particular model of mob grinders, 64 is exactly how many trapdoors you need. Sun heading down? Once again, it would be extremely ironic to get killed by a mob while you're building a mob grinder. And I didn't mind mixing and matching the trapdoors because once I close this off, nobody's ever going to see the inside. Come on, son. Go down. Go down. There we go. All right, back to work. So, okay. Yeah, I'm not going for any salesman right now. Nope. Nope. Okay, yeah, that works. Go ahead and raise that because eventually I'll go ahead and lower the sand around it. There we go. Now I think is when I go ahead and fill in the water because that way. Oh, of course not. Okay. I'm going to need to before I close it off, I guarantee that. There we go. One of my models, in fact, the one that I will, uh, water delivery system I build for the uh, iron farm will be an infinite water source situation. It's not just 8 buckets of water. So this one, I don't mind making the runs because, like I said, it's only 8. See, at this point in time, I'm halfway done. So, and I definitely don't want to waste the iron to make a new bucket yet. I mean, I could have cut the trips in half by doing that, but see, I've just got one more trip this way. There we go. Now, since I'm getting ready to close in the top, I need to go ahead and put in the trap doors. So technically, you can get by with doing half the trap doors. I've done it before in a really scarce world, but if you've got the wood, there's no reason to. It'll be more efficient this way. And technically, at this point in time, the mob farm's done. It would work at night anyway. Uh, but that's not really what I want. I don't want it to just work at night. I want it to work all the time. Oh, I may have gone and got the right amount of deep slate because I do still have to cover it in. A lot of people won't go more than 2 blocks high because they don't want Endermen. However, one thing I found is if I can get Endermen in a farm like this, then I don't have to struggle to find the Eyes of Ender when I'm ready for it. The Ender Pearls. Okay. So at this point in time, I'm going slow, doing the first couple of rings around the inside. Not because I'm afraid of like falling and dying, because I'm really not that high. But what I don't want is to have to keep falling off and getting back up on the top of the farm to keep working. I think I may end up going back down to the mines to get one more round of deep slate. It's entirely possible. Misplacing blocks, high efficiency. Yeah, there I'm counting the rings that I've made, so thinking I'm probably gonna have to go down. And believe it or not, I'm not trying to spend all my time in the mines on this world. It's just it's Minecraft. You'll spend a good amount of time. Go ahead and light this up a little bit so things don't spawn on top. They'll just spawn inside. I've already messed up my torches down there. I don't want to mess them up more. See, I took a fall nearly from the top and it didn't kill me. Not sure why I put my diamond pickaxe down in my hotbar there. I mean, I guess we'll find out in a few. Surely I don't. I might be planning on using the diamond pickaxe a little bit just for moving quicker right now. That's a possibility. I wonder, did I ever stop and count the diamonds that I got? I don't know. We'll see. These tunnels start to get pretty long after a while. I don't even know how many deep slate I need at this point. Needed at this point in time, but I might call it good at a stack. I don't know. So one of the biggest battles I have with Minecraft is the travel distance. So I didn't stop at one stack. But I am going to grab that lapis. I guarantee that. Okay. I don't know how many lapis that gives me, but it gives me more than I had. That's good enough. 45 there, so I think I had 9 before. So there's 54. So now I just need to get the cow situation fully controlled and the sugarcane. And that should give me enough to start enchanting. I will start enchanting on tools, but I tend to use books eventually. And that looks like a fun little cave. That is a mine shaft. I'll have to come back and look at that in a little bit. And I know I do, because I remember that mine shaft. I mean, I don't remember what all I got out of it. But anything that I can get at this point in time will be very helpful. Yeah, like I said, travel time tends to be the worst part for me. So how much deep slate do I think I need at this point in time? I don't know. Yeah, diamond pickaxe just does go so much faster. And now that I've got a few extra diamonds, I think I'm not horribly worried about it. I do know I'm not too terribly far from being done. So bear with me for a few more minutes. You know how mining in Minecraft is. I mean, like I said, I really don't want to give the impression that I got diamond after diamond or anything like that. I want you to actually see where I get all of my diamonds. Oh, the knees. I need to get slabs down there. So like and comment who your favorite Minecraft YouTuber is. You might like some that I haven't even heard of, so if that's the case, I would have no problem at all going ahead and watching them. Doesn't necessarily mean that I will like them the same way you do. One of my daughter's favorites is Tiny Turtle, uh, and he's okay. He's not my cup of tea, but he doesn't. I don't mind watching him. People always talk about how ugly these mob farms are. A lot of that is that you're kind they kind of limit what they can do with it. I mean, yeah, this is going to let Enderman and taller mobs spawn, but I down the road I'm going to need those drops too. And just giving it kind of a tiered roof, in my eyes, kind of makes it look a little bit like a spaceship or flying saucer or something. Like maybe a Fallout uh, flying saucer. Makes it more distinct, makes it more visible from a distance. And at this point in time, the mob farm is officially, well, okay, working. Continue lighting stuff up so that I don't have stuff spawn on top of it. And I absolutely don't mind the torch spam up here. Fact is, nobody's ever gonna come look at the top of it unless I've got my elytra. By then I can do something about it. Okay, now I'm going to take my shovel and clear up some of the area around the farm so that it's not below ground. And plus, since I chose this island as my base, this also gives me a good amount of sand for turning into glass. Yeah. And I can't lie, I'm kind of excited about not having to go find a desert. There's my first visitor. Another salesman. Make sure stuff doesn't spawn down here. And there we go. Now I just need to find that sweet spot to stand where things like to spawn. See, I'm using my new storage system, just not as effectively as I should, really. Yep, my math was right, 54. I can take 2 plus 2 and get 4. I got 16. Diamonds just in my inventory. That was enough to give me full diamond armor, which I won't put on yet, I don't think. I think I'll probably hold off to... Nope, I'll maybe put it on. Yep, I will put it on the second I get it. Start wearing it out. There we go. There. Boots, pants, shirt, hat. You got to watch the old man get dressed in front of you. There you go. How's that look? At least I didn't give you the super up close shot this time like I did last time. My cat's begging for attention right now. Okay. He thinks anytime I'm not giving him attention, I'm wasting it. And he's done. He's going away. See, there we go. We got some good experience out of that. Won't take long to get to 30 now. And if this is like a normal world, I was actually going for like 35 so that I could enchant a few extra things. Because the first thing you enchant, you're enchanting at level 30. But after that, you're going down. couple of mobs in there, or I only see creeper right now. Said it before, I'll say it again. The big thing that Java has over Bedrock as far as day-to-day gameplay is sweeping edge. Now, eventually, I'll go ahead and replace these slabs with campfires. That way, I can put them out and go for experience, or leave them on and just get a constant flow of uh, mob drops. But right now, I need the experience more than anything. So I will continue with it the way it is. Now, mob farms on Bedrock do not work as fast as mob farms on Java. But again, that's one of those things that makes Bedrock more of a challenge and less easy. There, save some of the wear and tear on my diamond sword. You know, it's kind of interesting because I don't like experience this watching other people's videos, but watching this footage uh, from a couple of weeks ago, it's actually kind of interesting that my hands are like every move that happens on the screen, my hands are wanting to go through that motion like I'm playing it now. But I don't experience that watching other people's videos. There's a sea turtle. Eventually, I'll make a sea turtle farm so I can make some scutes. There are situations, like when you're fighting the Ender Dragon or against piglin brutes, that a potion of the Turtle Master can make the difference between life and death. Getting some pretty good loot out of this. And once I put a campfire on this and start just letting it go, I'll start having all the arrows that I could possibly want. You gonna drop the enchanted bow? Nope. But I've got a bow. No arrows yet. At least not from this farm. But like I said, they will start piling up. I think I'm going for around 35 experience levels. But I may stop early. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I did. Here I start looking at the water, thinking, this might actually not be a bad fishing place. Especially once I get the campfires on that thing. Let's go see what enchantments we can put on some sheep stuff right now. I'm at level 30. I'll probably put my pickaxe in first to see what I can get on it. Wow. Yeah. Start out with Fortune 2. And Efficiency 3. I am definitely going for that. Go with a little unbreaking on my sword. Let's see what I can get on my armor. Prot 2, not bad. Prot 2. Feather Falling 2 for boots. Not Feather Falling 3, but, I'll take it. Aqua Affinity is not amazing, but it is extremely helpful when you're mining underwater. I actually don't care much for knockback. Kind of wondering why I didn't throw the fishing pole in there too. See if I can get a lure or luck at the sea, one or the other. And the thought just crossed my mind. Think here pretty quick. I'm thinking about going ahead and heading down to the mine, that mine shaft, seeing if we can get some good chests. I think that's what I'm doing right now as I'm preparing. Don't have a lot of apples or a lot of gold, but I'm going to use what I have. Oh, not going to the mine. Oh, am I going down into that ravine again? I bet I am because I've got fortune. When you're mining for resources, fortune makes a huge difference. But yeah, I guarantee that's where where I'm heading. I guarantee. You know, growing up, there was a guy on PBS named Justin Williams. He was the Cajun chef. I used to watch him all the time. Not necessarily because I was particularly interested in cooking, which I don't mind cooking, but mostly because the way he talked, just, I loved it. Pick up a little more gold and a little more obsidian. I don't know about you, but I do know with me, whenever I'm playing hardcore, it gets really, really easy to just start not wanting to go out once you and do anything once you get to a certain point. Because you know, I've survived 60 days. I don't want to lose my world. But the fact is, at the point in time, you won't go out to explore and look for new things. You've kind of quit playing in the first place a little bit, I feel like. trying to find where that ravine was. I think it's over here this way. Think I went a little bit too far in the boat, but that found me the ruined portal. So I can't really complain. 2 gold blocks, that's 2 more gold apples. There's the ravine. There's my little waterfall. Let's see. So when dealing with something like this, whether you're playing Java or uh, Bedrock or Fallout or whatever, kind of the big thing to keep in mind is how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Hop in, secure an area, hop out. When you come back, it'll be secure. Just like tactical warfare. Yeah, that actually doesn't work in warfare usually, but you know, it sounds smart. But in Minecraft, if you light an area up, it reduces the spawns or flat out stops them, depending on how well you light up the area. So, see, there's some iron that I can get with my brand new fortune pickaxe. There's some salesmen coming to bug me. One of them's got a some kind of growth on his back. Love how he was just dancing around the torch, hoping I would knock it down. I love having a bow. Anytime you go in a dark area, have a sword ready to go. I'm just going to leave him because he can't do anything to me. And it's not like this far away from the mob farm he's going to actually affect its spawns. Getting an awful lot of zombie villager spawns. I think it's the game's trying to tell me I need more, I need to do villagers. Okay. Is he still there? There he is. My first end, apparently not my first ender pearl. When you're caving in Bedrock, and probably in Java too, to be honest, you really want to light up the area as you're going down. What hit me? Because you do not want a creeper just dropping down on you from above. I think about everybody who's played Minecraft has had that happen at least once. Walk out of here with a good amount of iron. Yeah, I'm not quite ready to leave this cave yet. Make some more torches, keep going. Oh, another Enderman. Is he still there? Now, how did that creeper spawn? Oh, okay. That skeleton was just waiting until I looked at him. Did you drop the bow? No, but you gave me an arrow. I see you over there peeking out, Mr. Iron. Look how much faster that pickaxe is than the old copper one I was using just a few minutes ago. More iron down there. And some more. Got over a stack of iron there. Think I'm debating what to do. The sun is coming up. I'm gonna head on down. There's more iron.
Alexa, stop.
Let's get a lay of the land. Think I'll head it back up right now and deal with that mine shaft. I mean, this was a pretty productive trip. Hey, Mr. Panda. If I ever do a really big bamboo project, I definitely know where to come. Because there's absolutely a good amount right there. I mean, if I do a small project, I've got enough on the island. Yeah, I got a good amount out of that trip. Yep. And I keep double checking my inventory. Make sure I really did get all that. It's kind of funny. I didn't get the whole new recipes unlocked with that ender pearl, and yet I don't see another ender pearl either in my chest. Maybe I've got them upstairs. I don't know. I don't need to run around carrying that raw iron. All right, I think I'm heading down to the mine shaft now. Now, what I didn't grab was a couple of pieces of iron to make a set of shears, but I may be able to find that down there. Because I always try to collect cobwebs from mine shafts because you can use them in a lot of different ways. Yep, right down that way. All right, let's check things out. Got plenty of beef on me, torches, sword, good pickaxe. All right, I don't have blocks on me. Come on, Mr. Creeper. Get where I can see you. Yeah, let's get some more blocks. I don't need a whole lot, but there we go. Now he is out of the way. Not a whole lot going to spawn down there. A lot of it's bedrock. Not much going to spawn down there. Look at that. Got at least two out of that. I generally do not like stop and check how many of something I mined when I'm in a mine shaft. That's a good way for something to creep up on you. Yeah, mostly bedrock. Just some gold here. That's stuff I've already seen. What I haven't seen yet is iron to make shears. But wow, there's some uh lush cave stuff down here. Yeah, I'm debating just sitting here watching him burn. But yeah, these guys stop so I can watch him burn. He's already dead, I bet. Oh, he's not. I actually kind of like how much of a maze these things are. You might say they're amazing. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Okay. How much iron am I gonna? I got at least two, so that works. 6. There's a total of 8. Now let's make a crafting table. I almost always will use if I use a crafting table, we'll use it to block off the route because I don't necessarily need anything sneaking up on me while I'm smelting. The great thing about a mine shaft is there is almost always materials to work with down here. And if you're wondering, I'm definitely wanting uh those shears right now because I saw something up ahead that's going to require them. Yep, there it is. Not knowing how to handle a cave spider spawner is a good way to die. Just more diamonds. And if it's not killing you immediately, keep going through to get that torch by the spawner. Otherwise, you're giving the spiders more time to spawn. Now, realistically, that's probably more than enough uh, cobwebs for this entire world. but I will probably still grab more just because, you never really know. Start collecting some rails. At some point in time, I'd like to do a railway down to the mines. Unfortunately, I think this is pretty much the entire mine shaft. I mean, I got some good stuff, but maybe not. Yeah, you can't mine tough even with beef. I mean, beef is great, but I like to leave those little lava flows because they are a free light source. Yeah, nothing else down here. See, another zombie villager. I think I need to. There's my. I think that's my first chest down here. Nothing's gonna get through there to me. So just a little bit of iron, some gold, some more torches, not gold, coal. Sorry. I really don't think there's much more down here. Yeah. I remember this place. And I see one of my torches up ahead, so that's not going anywhere new. I think all in all, this is kind of a little bit of a disappointing mine shaft. Yeah, that's kind of a dangerous lava flow. So make sure to light everything up when I put it out. But oh, that could have been bad. get some stuff. Oh, another diamond. Oh, another chest. Yeah, nothing else much there. Oh, more iron, more torches, more rails. Name tag, which Mojang just made really cheap. Not grabbing any of the uh, azalea trees because the fact is, I can get those from the moss blocks. Oh, there you go, Mr. Skeleton. Oh, oh, another diamond. I will not say no to diamonds. Which way to go? Drop your bow, drop your bow, drop your bow, drop your bow. Nope, did not drop his bow. Well, hello? I won't say you didn't surprise me. There's more gold. And do I come back to it? Sure, surely I come back to it. Yeah. Walk out of here with a good amount of gold to trade with the piglins and make golden apples and all that. Yep, that just takes me to a dead end. So I got a good amount of loot, but nothing really amazing so far. Okay. Yeah. Creepers and cave spiders, not a good combination. I think I freaked out a little bit there, saw something green. Things are getting a little bit explodey down here. Yeah, I don't need string. But if he's spawning up here, there's got to be an area that's dark enough. Yep, there it is. Oh, I can definitely think of better types of spawners. This is not good. I mean, a skeleton spawner would have been nicer, but you know, kind of take what I can get. Got a full inventory now, so oh, so I might start heading to the surface. I don't know. I don't know whether I did or not because there's still other options. I've got that bundle. Oh, now there's going to be just a little bit of as Luke the Notable would put it, vanity. Yep, and I remember this place. Let's see if I can find my way out of here. Mm, new area, and I just ignored diamonds. Wow. I just walked right by them. But I've now seen where they are, so I can come back and get them later. think at this point in time, I'm just ready to get my inventory emptied out. And my time down there in the cave, in the mine shaft, I'm walking out with 19 levels again. So I did figure out, finally, that you guys can't hear when my headphones say low battery. That is good for me to know because that will make me sound less stupid in the future. I think I'm just gloating here, showing off everything that I got. All right. I mean, that was a good haul, don't get me wrong. I just wouldn't have minded finding like a skeleton spawner or even a zombie spawner. That would have just been kind of fun to work on later. Okay, keep looking at stuff. Why don't you put the diamonds up? Or not. You could head up to the upstairs storage, but you could have put the diamonds up. I think I was more excited about the spore blossom. There, finally put up the diamonds. Do I know where I'm going? I'm not sure. All right, day 38. Where am I heading off to now? Back in the ravine? There, have a rare steak. Think I might be headed back to the ravine. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what I'm going for. Because I've now got a good amount of iron, good amount of diamonds. Nothing I really want. Free food. I will not turn it down. Not sure why I did that. Am I just running around? That is actually a possibility. Not running around looking. Oh, am I looking for a dog? I don't think I have bones in my inventory though. Oh, I do. And that is what I was doing. Okay. There. Good doggy. Do I have a second one here? Because the second one can help me create my dog army. Okay. I think that is exactly what I came out here for. Set. Okay. So pull off a little bit, he'll get in the water, and he is easy as pie to get in the boat. That island is starting to look good, even though I haven't done anything to it at all this episode. Well, except add the mob spawner. You always have to be careful not to hit whatever's in the boat. Come on. So, leave a comment about an idea for a name for these guys. Not that you haven't heard that 50 million times already. Okay, where did I leave my doggy? Right there. And he stayed right there. He is such a good boy. Actually, I've got a name for one of them. So give me a name for the second one. Because I think the first one I'm going to name Dog Meat. What did I get the pickaxe out for? Is that what I'm going to use to break the boat? Maybe. It is kind of annoying to break a boat by hand. Yeah, rotten flesh is a lot cheaper for this purpose. And I immediately bred them. So go ahead and come up with a second name. Now I'll need to go find an armadillo. Set up the scute farm so I can start putting these guys in armor. Now go ahead and do some chores. A good sugarcane farm will do you well. Early game, good way to get books. Late game, good way to get fireworks. And it's also great to trade with villagers. So that was making sense what I was putting in that chest right up until I put the crafting table in there. The crafting table just made no sense whatsoever. Go spend a few minutes working on my mob grinder, get some more experience and drops. If you make a Enderman mad, the best thing you could do is put your back against a wall. And then, of course, just keep looking around because they'll be all over the place. A couple more ender pearls, and I can repair the damage they did to my beach. And here my ADHD brain is sending me off on another jaunt to do something somewhere. I think I'm gonna cut down some logs to make campfires. I mean, late game I will change out the campfires for soul sand and wither rose. Not soul sand, mud and wither roses. The mud is just thin enough that it'll let drops fall through, and the wither roses will, of course, kill just about anything. Because the problem with the campfire is that witches will actually throw down potions of fire resistance. To my knowledge, they don't throw down potions of wither resistance. This does go so much quicker when you've got good tools. I mean, I could just go ahead and head on down and get my saplings and replant that way, but I'll almost always go ahead and wait for saplings to fall because it usually doesn't take too long. But I think here I actually do. Well, no, I just come in and go ahead and make the campfires. Then I go back and they've all dropped. There we go. Now I'll go put the campfires on the farm. You can always put the fire out with a shovel or with water, and then relight it with flint and steel. Just a little more versatile. There we go. Now it will be a constant supply. Okay, what am I doing? I'm doing a little bit more sorting, I think. Yep, yep, that's exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm going to head up here and take a look at what needs to be done with the fish pond. Oh, look at that. It is almost done. And all of my crops are done. May actually need to make another uh, crop field just for potatoes and carrots. Do I do that now? Maybe. Yep, that's looking good. There we go. That's exactly what I'm going to do. The ground doesn't quite match up, but it's pretty close. Don't know why I did that road there. It's gonna struggle. Like I said, yeah, I do know that it'll go faster if I put them in rows, but it's not like I'm desperate for food. Okay, feed up the cows a little bit. And the sheep. The sheep actually get fed tonight. I'm so generous. Not a single chick. Come on. Yep, nope. Look at that. It is almost completely filled in. If you remember what this looked like, it was just a hole in the ground. It's not anymore. Get rid of the excesses with some bone meal. I guess I'm getting rid of the excesses by bone mealing them, or by turning them into bone meal. However you want to say it. Now, like and subscribe.